numpy. I'll give it as 0, 1. Okay. First, I will give it as, now one of the most important thing is, first, whenever we are going with the numpy, better you install it numpy like this. Pip, sorry, pip install numpy, of course. Pip install numpy. So I will show you over here, because it is an online the collab. So already numpy will be installed, but still I'm doing it. Pip install numpy. Let me run it. It will take few seconds. Yeah, it's already satisfied. Can you see this? Because it clearly says that you are already having the numpy installed. Now, then after this, what we have to do it is, you have to import numpy. See, whenever you want to use the numpy in a notebook, you have to import the installation once is enough. But each and every time, whenever you are using a new notebook, you have to import it. Import numpy. And numpy, we will be using the numpy a lot and lot and lot, this keyword numpy. So we will give an alias name for this as np. So from henceforth, whenever you see NP, that is understood as numpy. Now it is not, I'm not defining it. It is universally accepted that. So short form of the numpy is NP. So whenever I want to use the numpy, I will go with NP. Okay, no need. Now, if you say that, no, I don't like it, I want to go with numpy only, go with it. No one will stop you. Every time you have to use the numpy dot like that. So because it will be a lot of times we will be using, we gave an alias name as np. Now this is universally accepted. Whenever there is np, that is understood as numpy. Now let me do this one. I'm importing it. Import numpy as np. Now, not only np, if you want to give it your name, it's up to you. You can give it. Okay. But actually, you should understand that we will be working in a team. Okay. We will be coordinating with the other person, other technical people. So if it is np, it is the coding standards we are following, which is accepted universally. Whatever the universally they accepted, we are following that coding standards over here. Okay. Now I will give it as, now we have created it. I'm going to create the first array, numpy array, np dot. Okay. Now, as we have seen this, the traditional way of doing this is array. Okay. ARRAY, array. Now, inside this, I will give the data. Like, let's take it as numbers, obviously. 50. So it's nothing but a list. Can you see that? It is a list I'm giving, a list of values, and that I'm converting into an array. Now I will run it. You can see that immediately. That is array 10, 20, 30, 40. Now you can store this one in a variable. Any variable you can use it. I will give it as ARY. Array is the variable. I'm putting down this one. Now I will print array, or just give it array over here. You will get the same output, and I can print the array also. See, I got it like this. Whenever I'm printing it, looks like an list, but the commas are missing. This is the way you will be getting it. Now, if you want to see the type will give us the data type. Type of array is nothing but ND array. NumPy ND. ND means n dimensional array. Okay, this is an n dimensional array. Obviously, this is a one dimension array. Okay, now, okay, this is the way you will be creating an array. Now I want to, now the shape, it doesn't make any sense, but still I want to show you the C shape. ARY dot shape will give us 5 comma, because there are no uh, like rows and columns. If you have like 3 or 4 rows, and then it will be like 3 comma 5. Okay, but we have only one row over here, so that's why it is giving it as 5. Now how many elements are there? 5 elements. That I can get it by the help of size. Array dot size. How many elements are there? 5. Okay. Now array dot endim. Endim will give us the dimension. Now, as I told you, there will be a 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4 dimension. Like this, we will be having a different dimensions of the data. Now, once I run it, it will give us the 1 dimension. Clear? So first, I created an array. Using the array, I have to mention I will give the data and the shape in which you want it. Then I got it. I just displayed the type. Then I've seen the shape. I've seen the size. Size is number of elements, and array. Okay, array dot endim. This is array dot endim. Now I will give it as array dot d type. What do you mean by d type? Means if you see the array, I'll show you. This is the array. Array will have 5 values, right? These 5 values, what is the data type? This is going to tell us d type. Okay, that is nothing but int 64. Now, what is this 64 means? The memory which is allocated to the each value. That is 64 means 8 bytes. Okay, 64 bits. 64 bits, and 1 byte is equals to 8 bits. So 64 bits means that is 8 bytes of memory is allocated to each value. Okay, so these things I will be repeating it: shape, size, endim, and d type. So you will become perfect with this, because we are going to use them a lot in the future. Okay, now this is the way we will be creating. Let's make it a 2-dimension array using the array function. Okay, let me run it over here. 2-dimensional array. 2-dimensional array. So now how I'll do it is I will take a nested list. I will take a nested list over here. Let's take it this one. First row, second row, and third row, like this. So it is like a array I'm making. This is having the first row, second row, third row, and each row consists of, like, I will give it as 4 values. 4 values, and here I will give it as 11, 21, 31, and 41. Okay, now here I will give it as 21, sorry, 100, 200, 300, and 400. So this is my nested array. Now nested list. This is my first row. This is my second row. This is my third row. This entire data or entire nested list, I'm going to put it in the array. Now how I'll do it? np dot array, and here I'm going to put down that nested list. Can you see this? I just place the nested list over here. Okay, now I will show you how it look like. Now it looks like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 11, 21, 31, 41. Like this you will be getting it. Okay, this I want to store it in a variable. I'll give it as array2. Array2. Okay, now this is a 2-dimension, right? Now I want to see the dimension. Array2 dot endim. Endim is nothing but 2-dimension. Can you see it? 2-dimension. Now what is the shape? Now how many rows are there? 1, 2, and 3 rows are there. Columns, this is first column, second, third, fourth. So the shape will be 3 rows and 4 columns. I will give it as array2 dot shape. Like it will be 3 rows and 4 columns. Now next one is um, what is the size? Size means total how many elements are there inside this. So 3 rows, each row consists of 4. That is 3 into 4 is 12. We should be having 12 elements, 12 values. And what is the data type of them? Yeah, obviously it is an integer. So by default, it will be int 64. Array2 dot, I will give it as d type. It will be something like int 64. Okay. So this is the way we are going to create a 2-dimension array and 3-dimension array.
So when you
Let's make it an
sorry, when you printed the single dimension array, it didn't show the comma between the values, but when you printed the 2-dimension array, it is showing a comma. Is that mean? And moreover, it seems like the structure is like collection of vectors. That's why it was showing like that.
have you seen this?
Okay, print array. Okay. Okay, the above one I confessed. Probably you were just directly writing.
Okay. So and now this is an uh, a 2-dimensional array. Now let's go with the homogeneous. Okay. Now, as I told you, homogeneous in a sense, like, it will be array with single value. Now let's take it. Now slowly you accommodate these things. Okay. Now I don't know like how many you are know this or I don't know, but slowly you accommodate if you are new. As we move forward, this we will be using very frequently and very quickly. Okay. So please try to remember these things. Now here I wanted an ones. Okay. I'm using the ones over here. Ones array. So here what I'll do it is NP. Again, we are going to use the NP. That's the reason why we gave the alias name as NP. Otherwise, we have to use the NumPy each and every time. So NP dot 1. Once means, okay, as I told you, you will be having array with all ones. Okay. Now here inside this, I will give the shape. What will be my shape? 4, 6. That means 4 rows and 6 columns. Okay. Once I run it, you will be getting something like this. And here there is a dot is there. Can you see it? That means it is a float value. Okay. This is a float value. Now I'm going to show you that one as well. Here I will give the name as, okay, the array name I will give it as 1 1 over here. Array name itself I'm giving it as 1, or let's give it as array 1. Array 1. And I will give it as np dot ones 4, 6. I will run it. Array underscore 1. Here it is. Clear? Now you can see the shape again. Array underscore 1 dot shape. We will be getting it what? 4, 6. Array underscore 1 dot size 4 into 6 is 24. Okay. Array 1 dot endim. Endim is nothing but 2-dimension. Array 1 dot I will give it as, yeah, array 1 dot d type. Now this will be the float 64. Because as I told you here, each and every value is 1 dot, 1 dot you have it. Okay. So this is a way we are going to have it. Clear? Now you may say that, okay, we are getting here all um, float type. I don't want the float type. I want to convert this one to integer values. That is nothing like this. Array underscore one. I want to convert this one to integer. This is already created, right? While creation also we can change it, but I'm showing you this one. This is very, very important. Array, I want to convert it. So how I can do it is array one dot, we have something called as type. Remember the term as type. So what is this as type is used for is you can convert an array from one data type to other data type. Suppose here we are having a float 64. I don't want the float 64. I want the integer. So within the quotes, you can give it just integer. Then you will get it all of them as integer. Can you see it over here? There's no dot. Okay. Now again, this is immediately it is showing the output. So it is not a permanent change. If you look at your array here, array underscore one. Okay, this is not a permanent change. It is giving us only a glance. Okay, it is giving us glance. So previously I was having like this. I want to convert this complete array to the integer type. So I gave it as type within the quotes integer. Now here I'm just showing you this is not a permanent change. If you want to make it permanent change, store it in the same variable or a different variable. Like for example, here this is a one, right? It is showing me the output. Now I will store it in the same variable, array underscore one, like this, array underscore one, like this. Clear? So this is the way we will be using it, array underscore one. Clear? So now if you look at the data type of this, D type, it will be a int 64. Now you feel that, okay, int 64 is too much. I want to go with int 32 or int 16. So then you can do it over here in the as type, give it as int 32. That's it. I will run it. It will be the same, but you can see it over here by the side int 32. So now once over here, I will give it as 32. I'll make it a permanent change. Now you can see it int 32. Clear, guys? So as type you have to remember. So we have seen some important attributes. One is the shape, size, and endim, D type, and as type. As type. Please remember this all. Now I want to create it with all zeros. Okay, I will create it as all zeros. So I will write it as zeros. So how we will do it? Again, we will have np dot zeros. Okay, and here I will give the shape. Let's give the shape as 6 comma 8. 6 rows and 8 columns. I'm going to put it as Z1. Array name is Z1. So I will give it as Z1 is this. Again, you got it all with the float type. Z1 dot shape is 6 comma 8, that is 6 rows and 8 columns. Z1 dot size, that is 6 into 8, that is 48. Z1 dot endim, that is obviously 2 dimension. Now Z1 dot D type, that is nothing but 64. Now if you want to change it to the float or integer 32. Then we can go with z1 dot as type, and within the quotes you give it as int 32, or you can give it as float 32 also, float 32. Then it will be converted to the float 32 like this. No, I wanted to go with the int 32, just give it as int, then you run it, you will be getting int 32 like this. Okay, so this is the way we will be dealing with it. Now, this is not a permanent change, as I told you. Whenever, see this guys, when you are performing some operation and immediately you are seeing a results over there, then that is not a permanent change. When it is a permanent change, you will not get the output. Okay, that will be completely done. So here I want to make it permanent, store it in the same Z1. Okay, now you can also make a 3-dimension array. Now I will show you. Okay, now I will show you a 3-dimension array. Let's make it Z3 is equals to np dot zeros. I'm giving a 3-dimension. Usually if I'm giving a 6 comma 8, so these are 2-dimension, right? 2, that is 6 rows and 8 columns. Now when I'm giving it over here 2, then it will be having 6 rows to 8 columns, 2 blocks. Now if you see this here, I showed you 3-dimension. What is this? This is one block and this is a second block. Okay, this is 2 blocks. Now if I want to put down this shape, how many blocks are there? 2 blocks. 1 second. 2 blocks. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. Each block, how many rows? 4 rows. Here also 4 rows. 4 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns. Each row, each block is having 5 columns. So I will give it as 5. This will be the shape. 2, 4, 5. 2 blocks, 2 third-dimension blocks, 4 rows, and 5 columns. This is blocks, third-dimension block. The same way over here, we are doing 2 third-dimension block, 6 rows, and 8 columns. Now I will run it and I will print Z3. Now here it is like this, like this. So this is the first block and this is the second block. Okay, and these are like, okay, let me take a screenshot of this. I can put on some. I'm putting down over here. Here. You can see this. This is my first block. Block 1. This is my block 2. And how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the shape? 2 blocks, 6 rows, and 8 columns. Okay, guys. Now, if I want to, okay, we will do the indexing later so that it is easy for us. So this is a way you can create it the 3-dimension. Okay. Now, if you want to see that whether it is 3-dimension or not, Z3 dot shape. Z3 dot endim. Okay, Z3 dot size will give us number of elements, that is 2 into 6 into 8, that is 96. And Z3 dot D type, each and every element, what is the data type of that? If I'm giving type of Z3, this will give me the data type of the entire array, that is numpy dot nd array. Okay, so Now, this is about the homogeneous arrays. Now, one more important thing I want to let you know. This is whenever we are having arrays with all zeros in the future. In the future, this is considered as a dark image. It is a dark image. And if the array with all ones is nothing but it is a white image. Okay, it is, I'm talking about now the TensorFlow kind of stuff, because we are doing from here. Once we enter into TensorFlow, we'll do the same thing, but this is nothing but our you know stuff over here. um like this is considered as white image and this is considered as black image. Now you may ask me like how it is white image and how it is black image, so I will show you. Now I'm taking.
Arjun, before that, I have a quick question. So these homogeneous arrays is always have either one or zeros only, right? Only possible values are these two, right?
Yes, only
So
only
then
these.
why it was a design considered as a float values where it was a 64-bit, not rather than a 32-bit? Anyway,
See,
it's
that
have
is a
either
deep.
zero or one, right? What is the use of the by default giving a behavior as a float?
See, actually, it is by default we will use the float because very frequently in these arrays we use the float. First thing. Second is you are saying that why it is given as 64, why not 32? That's a default value. That's a default memory allocated. Now, if you know about the primitive data types and non-primitive data types, then you will understand this. So Python is a non-primitive data type. This is a primitive data type, which is a pre-allocated memory is there. So by default, the NumPy array people are allocating a memory of 64 bits, that is 8 bytes of memory for each value. Now, if you don't like it, change it.
No, no, that's completely agree. Okay, that's thanks for the clarification. So only the concern here is like you never have one dot something, you never have zero dot something. These arrays
Why
especially,
can't we
right?
why can't we have it? We can have it.
In normal arrays, right? But this homogeneous arrays,
No, I'm talking about the arrays which we are talking about. What is the use of the array? I was taking is this arrays. We are not going to do the array addition, array multiplication, right? That's not the purpose of learning this. Actually, whenever you are going to read the value, whenever you are going to read an image, that will be exactly in array format. An image, what you read it will be in array format, and that will be having a scaled values which range from the 0 to 1. So that's the reason why the default value will be in the float.
okay, is the range 0 to 1. Okay,
Okay,
okay. I
clear.
just confused like it's always zero or ones. Okay.
No, it will be like 0 to 1. Now, if you want, I will show you an image, not a problem. Now, okay, again, I'm saying please ignore the code. Okay, now, like look at this one. I'm taking an array np dot zeros. I'm giving it over here the shape. Okay, 512 comma 512. Now here, what I gave it over here, just connect with this. This one. 6 comma 8. We are having 6 comma 6 rows and 8 columns. Okay. Now here I'm giving 512 rows and 512 columns, comma 3. 3 means again, yeah, don't put on lot of stress on this. What is this 3 and all those things? Usually I'm showing you an image. Okay. So this 3 means it is a like RGB image. Okay. Now don't expect that the colorful image will be coming up. So you can put on the colors and that colors will be accepted. Okay. Now this I will give it as um, Z image. My name, I'm giving the name as Z image. Okay. Now, this Z image, I want to display it. So I will import a library called as CV2. It is called as OpenCV, which we deal with the images. Now, literally, I'm showing you where this NumPy will be used in the future. Okay, so NumPy is nothing but, as I told you, it is a tensor. Okay, TensorFlow. Now here I'm showing this image. CV2 dot IM stands for image. Show means I want to show it. Then I will give it an window name, in which window I want to show it. I will say it as dark image. Now image name is dark image, and here I'm giving Z underscore IMG. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to display this image in a window, and that window name I gave it as dark image. I'm displaying this one with the help of cv2.imshow. And again, I will give it cv2 dot weight key. We have something of weight key of -1. Okay. Now this, ignore it. We are going to see it when we are seeing the cv2. Now once I run it, I'm getting an error. Okay, I think that CV2 is not there with this. It should be there. Let me quickly do this. Pip install opencv-python. Let me see this. It's already there. CV2 I am show. No, it is showing anywhere. Okay, not a problem. I will show it in import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and I will give it as plt.imshow. This will be very large. I will give it as Z image. Here you can see the dark image. Okay, this is the actual image. Now just ignore this. There is some problem is there. Let me rectify this one. Okay, now here what I'm doing is matplotlib is another library. I'm displaying this one. Now you can display like this your what you call it as white image also. Now if you have it an image, let's take it. I have some, let me see if I have any image over here. Uh, it's okay. I have it this India. So I will take this image. I will upload because I'm in the collab. You should understand that. So I'm uploading this. You will understand this all as we move forward. I'm going with desktop. Here I will give it as India, and I'm uploading the India. I got the India over here. Now I will see that CV2 dot I am read. Read means I am reading the image. What's the name of the image? India.jpg. Now it is available in my local repository, the collab repository. So no need to give the path. Okay. Now I'm giving it like this. Now you see this. This is the image. Can you see this image? Now this image, if I see the data over here, the shape is 932, 850. If I say show the data, you can see the data. Now this data, what we want to do it is, usually whenever we see this image, we will scale this one from 0 to 1. That is, we will divide this one by this image by 255. then you will get the scaled image. Scaled image varies between 0 to 1. That is, each and every image, whatever we are going to use it in the future, that we have to scale it between 0 to 1. That's the reason why I was saying it. The entire image, whatever we are going to use it in the future, will be in the float format. Clear? This is the actual usage of your numpy array. I'm just giving a glimpse of what exactly we are dealing with numpy, and you may feel that why we are dealing with numpy, we have to do the AI, right? Generative AI, deep learning, that we have to do it. Why we are doing? Because these are the actual foundations of your future AI. Now, these all we will be using very, very quickly in a lengthy code. This all concepts like, finding the size and, displaying the image and all those things very quickly in the future. Okay, so this is how your homogeneous arrays will be used. Yeah, we have a couple of more arrays which we have to do it. So I will end up the session over here. We will meet tomorrow to continue with our numpy array, and it will take like around 3 to 4 days to complete it, our numpy array, now as per our future prospects, and then we will jump into the pandas. Okay, any queries, guys?
Like Arjun, one clarification I have. So when we are using shapes, so we always show rows first, then columns, right?
Mm-hmm,
So in the single array, like one-dimensional array, so if you scroll up, so when you use shape, so it resulted 5 comma.
mm-hmm.
So 5 was actually the columns, right? In that, so isn't it like it should result 1 comma 5 or like 1 comma space?
Yeah, you can get it. If you want to make it as a two dimension, you will get it. Like 5 comma 1 means 5 rows or 1 column, or 1 comma 5 means 1 row and 5 columns. What's the dimension of that? Two dimension. Obviously, two dimension. If you want to display that one two dimension, then you will get it. Now, for example, here I have it array or A2, I will take it A2 is equals to np dot random dot, sorry, not random, I'll give it as array. Here I will give it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Or let me already be, okay, let it be there. I want to do the changes. Now, A2, I'm going to use the A2. A2 is this, right? A2 dot endim. This is one dimension. A2 dot shape is this one dimension only. Okay, it is not, you are not displaying it in rows and columns. It is one dimension. So it is showing us in one dimension. No,
Is
you want to display that one in the rows and columns, then you make it as a two dimension. Give it over here. Okay, just a minute here.
uh, Arjun,
I will
is it
give it.
like sorry, is it like you said like one dimension is a collection of scalar, right? So here it is a collection of five scalars. Is it
Yes,
that's why it is showing a five
yes,
as
yes,
a first
yes.
row?
Now here you see, I given the two square brackets. Here it is like 10, 20, 30, 40. Now it is a two dimension. Now you see it, 1 comma 5. Okay. Now what is that you are doing is you are giving the data in one dimension and you are asking it to display the shape in two dimension. So that is not possible. If you want to get the two dimension, better present the data in two dimension. Of course, it is also like, one row only, but the data is in two dimension. You will be having in rows and columns. Okay. Any more? Is it fine?
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions, please? Okay. Now,
There is a small confusion for me here. Uh, Hello.
yeah, I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
listening.
If there is only one row in the matrix, it
Mhm.
is one dimensional.
Yeah.
If there is only one column, then that is also one dimension.
Now, how you will display a one column? It will be like two dimension in that.
Yeah. So having one record means having it is like one dimension, right?
Yes. See, when you are giving one row, okay, that will be a one dimension. When you are giving one column in a sense, after rows you will get the columns, right? So automatically you are talking about two dimension.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Got
you
it.
will understand this one as we move forward in the pandas. Then you will see it very clearly. There is a one dimension is called a series, two dimension is data frame. You will see a very clear difference over there. What is happening over here? Here it's pretty difficult because I can't give you the column labels. Okay, there you can understand it very clearly. Okay, any more questions, please?
Yes, Ajay.
Mhm,
So when you're creating a three-dimensional array, you use the np dot zeros. You pass in the block,
mhm,
you pass in the rows and you pass in the column.
mhm,
But when you were creating the image using zeros, you used 512, 512, and 3. And you
mhm.
said 3 is the RGB, that's the channels, I think. But why do we have 512 at the beginning? Like, does that create 5 blocks? 512 blocks, sorry.
No, here, yeah, that's a good question. Like actually, you have to look out over here. This is, don't look out this one as a three dim. Of course, it is a three dimension, but
Mhm.
when I'm giving it over here, where is that? Here. Look at this one as 512 rows and 512 columns. Now I will show you. Let's take an image over here. Let's take an image. I will give it as I will go with the rabbit image. Okay. Now I have some images over here of the rabbit. Now let's take this image. Okay. Now you can see this here, this rabbit. When I'm hovering around, like I'm putting my mouse over the rabbit image. So right side, can you see these numbers?
Mm-hmm.
730 into
Right.
654 or something like that. Okay. Now these are two dimension or three dimension?
Three dimension.
Two dimension.
Mhm.
Obviously two dimension. But being this is a colored image or a black and white image? It is a colored image, obviously,
Right, color.
right? So these colors are represented as RGB. Okay, red,
Mhm.
green, and blue. These three are given as three over here. The shape is 736 into 654, comma, we have three. Three, in a sense, it represents a colored image. Now, when I upload this one, I will get it as like 736 into 654 into 3 you will be getting because it's a colored image. Okay, comma 3 we will be getting it. So it doesn't mean to say that, it is a three dimension and we are having 736 blocks and 654 rows and only three columns. No, it's not like that. Actually, this is 736 rows and with 654 blocks and 3 represents the RGB color over there. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah, this we will see it in detail as we do with the image processing in the future. Then you will understand the difference between the colored image and the grayscale image. Chalo guys, I will stop it over here. Let's meet tomorrow to continue with this. Tomorrow we will be seeing some, once we finish it off this one, we will see some like indexing and slicing, which is a multi-level. That is a very much interview oriented question. Okay. So now I will stop it over here. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Arjun. Thank you, Arjun.
Thank you, sir.